No? Okay, I'm going to call the meeting in order now. Kim, your public notice?
Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times of North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy with the Township Clerk.
Roll call.
Kenyak?
Here.
Kane?
Here.
Spencer?
Here.
Marqueta?
Here.
Parsons?
Here. Please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have some guests here tonight who want to do a little program for us, so we're going to give you the floor first. So
this is the Girl Scouts here. This is Troop 95149, correct? And they're going to do a presentation for us about placing a little library on Thomas Stewart Park property, right? So we'll just hand it over to you. The floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Izzy. I'm from Girl Scout Troop 95149. I've been in Girl Scouts for 5 years, and our troop would like to achieve our bond towards by building a little free library. Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Lacuna from Troop 95149. I have been a Girl Scout for 5 years. Today I'll be talking to you about the goals of this project. With the little free library, we can reach out to our and surrounding communities. Also to occupied children who have siblings are playing or at a sport game. In addition, there is easy access to great new books, and most importantly, to inspire you. The Little Free Library has many great uses. My name is Sarah Watson, and I am a member of Troop 95149. The company is 7 years ago. One of my troop members and I participated in mission camp at the Sportsville Presbyterian Church. In mission camp, we built and painted the Little Free Library. This library is located behind the church. The people that use when they are at the municipal park. Many people use this Little Free Library. They'll utilize to build one at the new Thomas Stewart Park to add the different families and at the Thomas Stewart Park. The Little Free Library is great for occupying low space with other assistants. Hi, my name is Brooke Leonardi. The Little Free Library has its own website where each library is registered and listed. Here are a few examples of what these Little Free Libraries look like. This is the one we are planning on purchasing.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The website is littlefreelibrary.org. The motto of the Little Free Library is, take a book, return a book. The construction of the shed is pre-constructed, 2 feet tall, but approximately 2 feet wide. These library models are weather-resistant, long-lasting, handcrafted in America. If you're interested in purchasing a plaque which is state-sponsored by Troop 95149, our troop is responsible for constructing and maintaining this Little Free Library. We plan on setting up a monthly rotating schedule by the people remembering our troop members. All of our troop members are also involved in the recreation sports and will be utilizing the park treatment. So we will also be able to monitor and maintain the Little Free Library every day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
presentation.
Well, hold on, I think we have one more
Yeah,
that
one
wants
more?
to say something.
There would be many benefits of having a Little Free Library in the new park. It would promote kids to read and learn new things from the book. And it would be easy for kids to take and return books when they come to enjoy the park. The little library will also teach children have to honor the system by allowing them to borrow it. Either in returning it before borrowing it.
Thank you. Anything else? No? Well, thanks. We appreciate that, and we look forward to having your
Yes.
little library out at the park. Okay?
So I guess, you're looking for approval from the town committee to go ahead and build this, right? Okay. Personally, I think it's a great idea, and I think you did a great job presenting it, and this even matches the color theme of the park, so it's a great color that you picked here. So anyway, we have as an open space committee that's in charge of a lot of the design of the park. So I'll make a motion tonight to approve it. Once it gets approval, I would suggest that you work with the open space committee. You could contact me, I'll get you in touch with whoever, just to coordinate the placement of where it should go. Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you. Good luck with everything. Thanks for helping the community out.
Can I go make that motion now?
Yeah, I can say it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion to allow, troop number 195149 to build a little free library on Thomas Stewart Park and maintain it monthly. That's my motion.
I'll second that motion.
Any questions, comments, discussion? Roll call. Oh, sorry.
Mike, I think go to coordinate maybe a little foundation or something, concrete.
Yes,
I don't know how
I
it's...
asked this young lady here if they had any idea at this point as far as where they might want to put it. Yeah.
That's fine, you know what?
And she said no, because I was curious, if the plan's there, maybe they could say, yeah, here, and then we could at least have an idea. But we got time.
Okay,
When?
yeah,
So-
so we definitely would like to look at it and look at, as far as location-wise, where the best would be for...
Maybe down by the,
fields, where the fields are gonna be.
Now, maybe we could, when we have a next open space committee, I'll invite you to it. We'll put it on the agenda, and, we'll figure it out then.
That sounds great.
All right?
One more question.
Yes.
For you. Since we're submitting stuff to the council, the Girl Scout Council, is it possible that the girls could get a picture with you guys?
Oh,
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So we'll kind of turn that way for you.
You want us to come down, or can you get us all in right where you're at, or?
Yeah, that's fine. You guys
Right
don't have
here?
to move around. You can probably get it.
We have to do roll call yet on this, too.
Right.
This one?
I had to add a comment, sorry.
Oh, just a second. Can you get everybody in, or we need to crunch in up here on the top a little bit?
That's great. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Sure?
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
Good luck with everything. Are Boy Scouts ready to go? Or we wanna wait?
Well, hold on, we gotta do
No,
roll
we'll
call.
do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Who said yes?
Yes.
Yes. The motion is carried. So,
Yeah, let's get them in if we could. If you're okay with it.
are the Boy Scouts ready to
What's the cost on that?
do their presentation as well?
If they're gonna pay money. thank you.
Just one of
I
you?
don't know.
Sure. Do you know what this is about, or anything?
Yes, all right, so I was contacted by Greg Blaska and the Historical Commission, and I believe are you on now? Yes. So he's working on the Eagle Scout project, working with the Historical Commission to, I'll make him make the presentation, but he's working with the Historical Commission and would like, to talk to us about, giving access. You're gonna create a virtual, historical site, and then you would like access from the town website to have access to it. Right, right. So, yeah, you could go ahead and make your presentation.
Okay, so I'm Arno from Troop 61, right here in Stewartville, right at the chair Jackson. And, so, for my Eagle Scout project, there are two parts to what I would like to do. So, the first part is to create display cases in the elementary and middle schools to display some artifacts from the town's history with descriptions to basically to educate more people about the township's history and local history, especially the students. And so The main part, like, for today, and the reason why I'm here is to talk to you about the second part, which is a multimedia presentation which I would include on the Township's website, which would have pictures and videos about certain artifacts, and once again providing descriptions to teach people more about local history. And in order to do that, I would need to work with the webmaster on how to use like compatible software to link up like a page or put these photos and videos on the website, on the Township's website. So I just need approval to do that and to talk to the webmaster, and they might need to put a little bit of time into this, but
So, can I ask you a question on that?
yeah.
So you're looking to get access to the website, but have you looked into creating your own website and just linking the town website to it?
Yeah, that's
Is that another possibility you're looking at?
mainly what I was thinking.
So all you're looking for is to get maybe a link to your website. I don't think you need to look into anything compatible or anything. You would just give the address of the website to the webmaster, and they would put it on there. The only question I have is about content and who controls the content, right? So this is a township website, and there needs to be some kind of oversight. Not that you would do anything wrong, right? But before anything goes out there to the public, we're responsible for it. We just need to have some kind of oversight on it. So what I would recommend is, and I'll leave it up to you guys if you have any other questions, but somehow there has to be an approval anytime you put something up. I don't know if the approval comes from the town committee or from the liaison. I'm the liaison to it, but it's something that we would have to work out.
Well, Joe, if it's just a link, are we responsible for content on a site that we just give a link to?
The link to, I don't believe so. The only time we encounter any kind of problems with links to sites is when it's business enterprises, and the other business enterprises are claiming that we're promoting.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if we would put a link onto the New Jersey Environmental Protection,
Right.
we're not responsible for their content, we're just giving the quick link to get to that,
Right.
correct?
Mhm.
So would this be similar, would you think?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the route we're going with the link, then that sounds like that would be great.
So I guess what we want to do tonight maybe is have a motion to authorize him to speak with our webmaster to explain what he wants to do and see if it can be done, I guess is one of your first questions, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make that motion to authorize Arnav to have discussions with our webmaster.
I'll second that. Any questions, comments, or discussion? Kim, will you let Cindy know that, you can talk to Kim, and she'll give you the contact information and everything, and she'll let the webmaster know that you're going to be contacting her, okay? Anybody else?
What's your time frame?
Finish the whole project?
Yeah.
I mean, I have until next November, but I plan on finishing it by the summertime.
Okay.
Well, we wish you the best of luck,
Yes.
and we're appreciative with your whole troop for all you do here on your projects and stuff, and you guys do a great job, and just keep up the good work, and thanks for everything you do.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, public comment. We're going to open up for public I'm looking for a motion to open up for public comment. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Just step up to the panel there and give your name and address and speak your piece for the 3 minutes.
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to make any statements?
Yep. Robert Sampson, 29 Gate Lane. As you all know, I'm the contractor at Thomas Stewart Park. I'd like to discuss this email I received from...
We don't discuss. We listen to your comments.
So I get an email yesterday from Mr. Finelli's office claiming that I am the reason that progress has stopped at Thomas Stewart Park. So, you all know the problems we had with the permits and everything. In the beginning, you know, we had a meeting here, we were supposed to get the permits. Took us a month after that meeting to get the permits. Okay? So, we come, we get, you know, we finally get the permits, we get everything ready. We have nice weather. They claim that there was an issue with the plumbing or something, so they stopped the progress. They stopped that pour. They stopped the progress of the concession stand.
Who's they?
Mr. Finelli.
Okay.
So, now the weather is gone. Now the good weather is gone. We have a meeting December 5th to discuss, what happened and how we're going to move forward and everything. At which time Mr. Finelli said, that's it for the season. The weather is gone. It's going to be too cold. That's it for the season. So now I get an email, and I see, this is December 5th. Now, December 11th, I see good weather on the horizon. Send Mr. Finelli an email, December 11th. How do you want to proceed? I get nothing, right? 10 days later, I get this email, after the weather is gone. Now, so the problem with all this is, we have a clock. We have 90 days to do this. And if we don't finish, it's $500 a day, $1,000 a day, whatever, liquidated damages. And so, I don't know. We're going to have a meeting because we have several large issues that need to be discussed. The power coming out there, we bought the pump station, never got paid for it, ordered the wrong thing for it. The water line coming in was in the wrong spot. We pulled the water line out. We had to fix it. We have, the new water line that has to go in because the old water line was built improperly. We have that as on the drawing as ours.
Hey, Joe, is this the appropriate place to be discussing? It seems like a contractual issue.
Right, if we discuss contractual issues in any depth, I think it would be more appropriate for executive session. During public comment. The extent regarding, I guess, the communications is fine. If we go much deeper than this, I think
Well, you'd be ready to say when we're going to. Go ahead, Bob.
So what do you want to do?
You can keep talking, and I guess he's...
So we have...
What's your bottom line? What's your point you're trying to make?
The bottom line is that we have a lot of issues that we have to iron out here.
Well, what's the appropriate way to handle that, Jeff?
you can set up a meeting, you could also speak with the committee regarding the issues as well. But, I guess we get to the point of, need to iron out the issues.
So,
Didn't you just have a meeting? I mean, I really shouldn't be having.
I wasn't having a meeting.
I haven't been in a meeting with him in a while. I'm not with me, but...
There was a meeting, I think Bob referenced it in his discussion, that was, if it's the same meeting,
December 5th was...
Bob, his plumber, Mark Fornicari, Mark Segoda, and myself.
Oh, okay, yeah, you were sitting there.
Yeah,
I peeked through. I think it was a recent meeting.
Is that the meeting you're referring to, Bob?
Yeah.
Well, some of the issues he's raising sounds like he's trying to toll the timeline. And if it's written in the document, and pretty much we're at a four corners doctrine here, aren't we, as what's on the paper, not what was discussed, so...
Yeah, but I didn't stop the job.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we stop the job, wouldn't that stop the clock?
I would think so.
Well,
I would think so.
Was the job stopped in writing, or how was it stopped? Yeah, this is now we're getting too far into
Yeah, I
this.
think so too. Yeah, I think this conversation should go on in executive.
Some of Mr. Sanchez' comments.
Well, I think we can, but we need to do it in executive. Are we going to do that like right after this then, or are we going to create a different
Do you want to
situation?
invite him, or do you want to have to put him in there? If we're going to get this resolved, sooner is better
The
than
sooner the
later.
better. Yeah, right, absolutely.
The rest of this meeting shouldn't last that long. I would think go into executive session, add him
Yeah.
first thing on there, and hopefully within...
Can we do that? Can we add it to executive?
Yeah.
You can just table that and then bring it back once we go into executive.
Well, we're going in there now, right?
Is it?
We're going to executive now.
No, we're gonna wait till
I'd rather the
next
rest of the meeting.
Yeah, so let's go with,
Okay.
yeah, thanks, Bob. Anyone else wishing to speak, make any comments? Hey, Bob.
You gonna stay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a drink.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to close public comment.
Motion.
All in favor?
We got
Oh,
them.
hold
We're
on.
done.
Greg, you wanna
We're good.
make a comment, Greg?
Oh, would you want to comment? Oh, did we
Okay.
close?
No, we didn't close yet.
We didn't close yet,
We didn't
all right.
vote, so.
Yeah, you missed the presentation. Oh, yeah, on the plaque, right?
On the plaques, that's what it is.
Okay. Well, good, you're getting rid of all my agenda items are getting,
Agenda. It's on the agenda.
Oh, it is?
it's, yeah, but if you don't want to stay, go
You got the
ahead.
mic, go ahead.
No, I'll still stay, just in case it goes in the lead.
It's on the agenda, it's up to you. You could do it now, or we could do it when it's my turn.
Let's do it now.
Okay, good.
Greg Glasgow, 79 West Valley Drive. I'm here to talk about the historical committee that we were going to propose. We're gonna put a plaque, regarding the Stewartsville Park, in honor of, General Stewart. And we're gonna have a little saying on it, who he was. A lot of people probably don't know who he is, so before we complete everything, we will let you know what it is. We'll show it to you, and this way you can bless it from it. And hopefully we'll be done before,
The
I'm pretty
dedication?
sure, based on what I'm hearing, we'll be done before you're done.
You know where you wanna put it, Greg?
And the concession,
I would
I think, right?
put it on the building.
I think you were saying the concession.
I'm just gonna add this little thing. If you want it on that stone, that's okay too.
That would be nice, actually, that front stone, if you could fix it there.
The building?
Certainly, yeah, absolutely.
That would be nice. The stone would be
We
nice.
gotta figure out what the big, long-term plan is for the
Because I
stone,
think you want
really.
something to talk about who General Stewart is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I had approached you about this a while ago, so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, I'm glad you followed up on it. Yep.
This is where we're gonna head.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Rick.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Anyone else wishing to make a public comment? Motion to close public comment.
Take it?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Payment of bills. Everyone had a chance to review the bills?
So before we can discuss, I'll make a motion to pay the bills. The total, Kathleen, do you have that total in front of you, or?
I can.
Or, hold on, I can find it, I got it right here. $1,560,083.21. And that's my motion.
Anybody want a second? I'll second it. Any
I
comments,
got one
questions?
comment. Mike, it was pointed out to me earlier, because I had missed it line by line, that we appear to have double charges.
I just gave it to Frank.
Right, 11/22,
Do you want it back?
You talked about November 22nd?
November 22nd.
Okay.
You bill this, 11/22nd, detailed email to Township Committee, OSC, status, progress, scheduled. And then over here on the second page, on 11/22, 11/22, detailed email, Township Committee, OSC.
Okay.
It appears to be the same thing. There are two different dollar amounts.
Well, I'll tell
But
you,
they're
I
dated the same
know
day.
exactly what it is, okay? Because there's phase one and phase two.
Right.
And the memo in question was a kind of a summary memo, part of phase one, part of phase two. I'm gonna guess, and I could be mistaken, that I got more time to phase two and less time to phase one.
Okay.
So that's,
No, right.
so I split up with the time. It took me an hour and a quarter, an hour to do the email. I split
No,
up.
guys,
phase
no,
to
just
phase
following
one,
up on it,
that's
you
fine.
showed the date, it had the same description.
Well, it was in essence the same, but
Gotcha.
split between the two phases.
Okay.
So
That's fine.
enough explanation, that's fine.
Mike, my only question was the two inspections on December 19th. Was that when this bill was entered?
I need to see
Is
the
it this
bill?
bill?
I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's on your list. Thomas Stewart Park inspection.
What's the date?
December 19th was put in.
It's December, you mean November 19th?
No, 12/19.
12/19, that was just the other day.
It's right here on your list. On the bill list for Kathleen.
What page are you on?
Page 7,
Page 7?
That's just,
$8,000.
No, this is a Kathleen question. I think this is, on 12/19, she entered that, yeah, the purchase orders for all these bills, which are broken down accordingly. Kathleen, it's page 7 of your
right on
bill
top,
list. That's what
12/19,
was,
Yeah.
so maybe you should explain.
What's the question?
The 8,900 for the 2 inspections on the same day, but you said the thing was entered on the 19th?
That's when I entered the POs, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's based on all the, all the bills, not one
Right.
entry.
No, I was just questioning, because
Okay.
it looked like it was a one day for $8,000.
No, that's when I come here, input everything. No,
Okay.
that has nothing to do with his actual bills.
Okay.
Kathleen, the only thing I have is the Ford SUV lettering, $405. That should be a reimbursement from the insurance company.
Okay.
Okay, that was an accident, I believe.
Yeah,
I know-
it's the one with the one side?
The one side,
Right.
yeah.
I had received, I know one at least, but I thought I got 2 checks from them. Is that in addition now to the reimbursement we already received? Should we put in for that?
No, we should put in.
You should put in for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just,
What vendor is that, though?
What vendor, Extreme Graphics in Asbury, New Jersey.
Mike, could you pass that to Kathleen, please?
And the only other thing I have is that we have that bill that was almost $200, I don't know the exact amount, for that first aid kit.
Oh, well, you actually signed 2 of them, I picked it up.
So, as I leave this committee next year, can you guys really look into that? $200 a month is over $2,000 a year, so.
And I don't understand why they didn't catch some of the expired stuff the month before and this, yeah, no, I did see that.
That's
But,
Cintas?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
leaving that up for you to see that, yes.
So, thank you. I have no more comment on the bills.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Yes,
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
I made the motion.
And who seconded
Told you seconded it?
No, I
I
didn't.
think I seconded that.
Yeah, you
it?
did.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Why don't you can we just do it again to be safe here?
I made the motion.
Bob thinks he seconded it.
I'm sure I did, 'cause
Okay.
yeah, there was a,
All right, for 1,560,033.21. Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Parsons?
yes.
Just one question with Cintas. Do they fill the first aid kits for the police cars and DPW trucks?
I don't know.
No, just the buildings.
Or just the building?
Right, buildings, yep.
Yeah, I mean, last month when she came in, I said, quick question. I said, I know it's been addressed. I said, you're doing the refills. I said, but you have old Band-Aids down there. You have old expired stuff and it's really old. I said, if you're coming here to refill, wouldn't you take the old stuff out and put, new stuff in? So I don't know if she,
Well, maybe that's why the bill was a little higher this month.
and then went through and did that.
But I had a doubt in my mind that they're definitely overcharging, and they should look at it.
I mean, if they took out 20
That's up.
Band-Aids that were expired, we paid for them, so they should have put them back in and shouldn't have charged us.
We can go to Walmart and get Band-Aids.
Can't we authorize our first aid squad?
I was gonna say that. I'd give them $100 a
Give them
month.
$100 a month to do it.
Yeah.
Can we have our rescue squad personnel maintain our
I
first
guess
aid cabinets?
the question is does our insurance carrier require us to have a certified company to do
I
that?
have never heard of that.
Is that
I don't know, I'm just saying though that,
Is that part of OSHA, Joe?
I don't know, that would probably be the, where to look.
See, you see, POSHA requires us to have
I
it.
think they do the eye washing station.
That's required.
That's required,
Eye washing
yeah.
station and
We just
everything.
went through a whole POSHA thing in white. They never check those, they don't check those cabinets. It's Advil.
But we're not saying not do it, we're just saying
Right.
let
I
the
think we're
emergency
trying to
squad
keep
do
right.
it.
Yeah,
No, I think
I'd rather
it's
give
all
the squad
separate.
And I'd rather give them the money,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Is there other vendors besides?
Would they be interested in doing
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
for that? Because they-
Yes, can you bring it up at your next
I will
meeting?
certainly bring it up. I'm not seeing a real positive response, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought they would
yeah.
want their money, no?
It's not really that you're getting money, you're buying the supplies and things that, as a rule, we're not even buying on a regular basis. Like aspirin, I see that there's Sudafed in there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we can certainly discuss it.
I hear you.
Okay.
Maybe we can look into another vendor.
Yeah.
We get another vendor.
There's a lot of vendors out there.
Okay, resolutions,
So, whoops.
2017-78. Where is it?
Tab two.
That's, okay, I just went through it. Okay, it's, 78 is a, resolution authorizing refund of tax overpayment to Robert Orozco and Richard and Laura Grant for a total of, $640.75. Looking for a motion to adopt this resolution.
Make a motion.
Hold on a second.
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussions? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. The resolution 2017-80 is a resolution granting authority to the township attorney to file correction of error complaint in tax court concerning block number 16, lot 6, in accordance with NJSA 5451A-7. And, you know what a quick description of this is, other than what I read? What are we correcting? We don't know, huh? The attorney's
The
not...
block and lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think this was the
Oh,
county piece of property.
We
that-
previously authorized the township attorney to correct these errors. Okay.
Is this the library? Is this...
No, I don't believe so. I believe when they were, between the...
Yeah, it's county-owned, no, it's county-owned property. You know, didn't we collect taxes
I think so.
on this, county-owned? And we had to do the correction to get that taxes due off the book, I think is what it was. That sound like it makes sense to you, Joe? Yeah. Yeah. So the books were carrying over that the county owed this taxes, and they're obviously tax exempt. So in order to get it off the books, we had to do this, resolution, to get it off of our books. So it's really not gonna cost us any money, it's just eliminating a bill that we're sending to the county that they shouldn't get. So that's the explanation, so anyone want to make a motion to,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any other questions, comments, or
This
discussion?
was a glitch in the system somehow.
Yeah.
It was, you know, it was a coding thing or something, but it changed it from a lot 4, you know.
Yeah. Basically, it was showing on the computer that the county owed us money, but they
Right.
really don't.
Right.
And the only way to get it off is through this. This was a mechanism to get it off the books. So, roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the November 16th meeting. Anyone want to make that motion? I'll make the motion. Anyone want a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments, or discussion regarding the minutes? Hearing none, roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. Okay, I'm up first. The police department monthly report, the chief couldn't make it tonight. He had a previous engagement. He did submit the report. It's pretty much in line with what he has been going. The productivity of the department is up significantly compared to a year ago at this time. And everything is pretty much in order. I'll make a motion that we accept this report from the chief.
I'll second it.
Any other questions, comments, or discussion? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. I'd like to make note that the police department did an excellent job. We had a series of daytime burglaries in last week, and through the investigation by the responding officers and the follow-up of the detective bureau, within 12 hours, the suspects were caught, and, suspect was apprehended and charged. So kudos to them, even though there's no one here to hear it, but I thought they did a great job. Okay, we have second reading of an ordinance 2017-11, which is an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 3, entitled Police Regulations, Section 5, entitled Littering, Dumping, Storage of Unlicensed or Inoperative Motor Vehicles, Construction and Debris of the Greenwich Township Code. This is the second reading. I'm looking for a motion to open up public comment.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have to do a roll call on that or not? No. Okay. Anyone wishing to come up to the podium and make any comments or any questions about this, ordinance? Seeing none, looking for a motion to close public comment?
Motion to close?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt ordinance 2017-11.
Any questions, comments, or discussions from here regarding it? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. Frank, you're up.
All right, so everything except the update on Thomas Stewart Park has been covered under my agenda items, so this should be quick. So there has been some significant progress done in the park. The walking path construction, great job by Joe and the road crew. Most of that's been completed, looks great. I'm sure everybody has noticed by now the flagpole that's placed on Thomas Stewart Park. It's absolutely beautiful. Flagpole itself is stunning. It makes the park look great. That was donated, and the labor was donated by the Booster Club. I want to thank Jim Butler and Brian Fellner for donating their time and putting that up. And lastly, we did have some progress on the parking lot, Mike, some paving done. And a special thank you to Mark Fornicari for dedicating hours and hours of his personal time to keep the progress of the park moving forward. Volunteering, taking a lot of time out of his day to do this, and just want to acknowledge that. So, the park's moving along, and looking forward to it being completed, whenever that is. Mike, I'll leave it up to you if you want to add anything to that.
Well, I'll just add one passing comment. I know I sent out a memo yesterday, kind of summarizing where we are with the project, you know, phase 1, phase 2. And I know I mentioned this, I'm not sure to who, and put it in my report. And I just, it's my own personal 2 cents. I really think a quick little thank you note from the mayor and the committee to Franklin, to Harmony, and to POHATCOM for their DPW guys to come out and donate manpower, equipment, and so forth. Because it only went that well. No offense, Joe. But we needed all those guys out there to do the job that they did. And kudos to Joe and company, but that would be a nice, small little gesture.
Yeah, you're right.
Kim's already
Oh,
taken care of that. I spoke to her about it for the DPW. She's getting the thank you letters together
Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
everybody to sign and get done.
okay, great.
Good job.
And I think that covers
There were
everything.
some good comments about the flagpole at the gym, by the way. A lot of people were really impressed with that.
Thank you, Joe, for taking that flag down every night. And it's not up on weekends, because Joe's not working on weekends, just in case the
Speaking of
guys
which-
out there...
No, I think they're getting the light up there soon.
Are they getting away?
Yeah, Mark's working on it,
In the
yeah.
meantime, the chief actually offered the service to the police department if you really wanted it up and down on weekends. They take care of it until that light's fixed, so.
I think Mark's getting to it this week is last I heard, right? Didn't Mark say he's getting to it right away? Well, I guess we could talk about it then, if he doesn't get to it this week.
Well, yeah, we'll get to it. Like I said,
Not this week, I
He
mean,
offered
next
it.
week. Obviously, this week's.
So, because actually he mentioned that quite a few people have mentioned to him how nice it looks, and so he said he's more than willing to have them take care of it until we can get a light up there, or a brighter light. I guess there is a light, right?
Yeah, it's just not bright enough.
So, okay, you done?
Yeah, I'm done, thanks.
Well,
Motion for the animal control monthly report. She had 10 calls this month.
I'll make the motions, accept it.
I'll second it.
Questions, comments, discussion, roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yeah.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
And then with the DPW monthly report, Joe can do that in a second. Again, with the thank you letters that Kim's going to be doing for the road departments that assisted with the paving project out there, it came out really nice. Also, the congratulations for Barry Oberly for his retirement to the end of the month.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Something else? Good. Yeah, with the new dump truck came in, it's getting ready.
It's already been used
So you
in the
wanna-
storm, right? So,
Elaborate on some stuff. The building progress.
All right, we'll start off with buildings and grounds. Sorry, I had sinus infection, that's in my throat. As of today, the electrician received approval on the rough electrical. Starting tomorrow, they should be in to finish gutters and stuff. And next week, garage doors will be installed, and they gotta go into the first week of the new year. We'll be finishing insulation on the interior and the interior walls. Then the electrician will come in and build the outlets and stuff. The figure's gonna be turned over by the end of the first week in January. I did receive today an email with a payment at the date. Figured it's too late for the payment list here. So on the closeout, if we can get him some a payment for progress completed.
On the building, on Saturday, Mike wasn't here, but we had approved the $6,200 additional dollars for this insulation around the floor and the walls. How come that wasn't raised before everything was signed off on? Like, is that the industry standard, that if you're going to have a heated garage? Should we have known that? Well, how did that get by us?
You're asking me.
I guess.
I'll be honest with you, Bob. Joe called me the other day when it was brought up to him by, I guess, the building inspector. We took a set of plans from, obviously, a Conestoga Buildings in this case, and basically created a spec. I mean, it wasn't in what we were given. I mean, and I'll be honest, that's not, we don't do buildings. So when, I don't, and I still don't know, maybe Joe can answer this question, was it a function of basically the time of the year?
No, it has to do with the energy efficiency, the R values. That's what that's what the DCA fellow was telling me. Had to do with, the frost comes in the walls so far, and the insulation value, which, as I explained Saturday, he couldn't give us what the number was, but he said that had to be there.
Well,
And he said, I don't know beyond the architectural, so we had a conference call.
we use the company's architect, I assume, right? They're the ones who designed everything.
But they also had a concrete engineer do the concrete work. And we had a conference call with him, DCA guy, the head of the construction company, and myself, and that's where they come up with what they needed for this installation. And the unfortunate thing was...
Did the company say they've never ran into this before?
No,
right?
because most of them aren't heated, so the R value is not a issue.
Okay.
They'll have to insulate it and stuff. And then, of course, if you do a building, you say you ain't gonna heat it, and next year you come along and you heat it, you're not gonna rip the concrete up.
Right.
To put this in and have you re-pour it, it's just something that you're gonna miss out on. They have to make it up in the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Learning curve.
Yeah. Well, okay. I just was wondering, I mean, maybe sometimes we put too much on you. I mean, if you don't do buildings, that maybe we gotta learn in the future when we're doing projects like this, to look for somebody who does buildings and review stuff for us. You know,
Well, that's fair, and I'm certainly not too proud to work with someone else as you are with the concession stand with Mark Scott.
Yeah.
I think in this case, we received signed and sealed architecturals.
Right.
I mean, that's what we basically did a little site plan to show the location of the building and put the spec together to make per public contracts law, and so we go out to bid. I mean, that's our role and our primary focus on this job. Having the architectural plans, in our opinion, was satisfactory to use to go out to bid.
Right.
And that's what the Dutchman, in this case, used to bid. The fact that the insulation wasn't called out, I mean, I'll be honest with you, that's the last thing I was
Right.
thinking about looking for.
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
really
I hear you,
was,
but
so
at the same time,
I'm sorry,
sometimes when
that's
these problems come up with that, and even with the park, some of the things that come up, I sit there and I think, well, isn't this the industry standard? How are we missing this? Why are we always playing catch-up? That's all I'm saying is, and I don't want to put blame in the wrong place, and maybe we are remiss by not looking for people who've done that type of work before so that we know what we're getting. That's all I'm saying is because I don't want to jump on somebody. If you don't do it.
Well-
But I think we have to be more cognizant of this when we do projects, to possibly looking for someone who specializes in that. I don't know, in this case, it would have been worth it for the garage. You probably would have paid somebody $6,200 to review it to tell you needed the $6,200 worth of insulation, so it would have cost $12,400 for the insulation. But my point is, I think we have to be a little bit ahead of the game here sometimes with the specs.
I found when we did the generator out here, and I had to do the pad, we have them people, it's a VCA.
Mhm.
I asked them, and they helped me out with forming the pad and what I needed to do.
Yes, and that's true, because they are there to give guidance as well. They're not just there for inspection. Their job is to give guidance as well.
So when we do something like that, we're gonna do a renovation, and we were going through this, I talked to him, because we're talking about partition wall in the downstairs.
Right.
And I says, is there a square footage requirement?
hmm
And he said, no, only on a bedroom.
Yeah.
But they're there for that purpose.
Yeah, I've used them, I used to do a lot of work in my own house, and I'm going back 25 and 30 years ago. I called them ready to figure out exactly how I'm supposed to finish up a wiring and stuff, and they'll tell you how to do
And
it.
like I said, and we're under contract, or they're under contract with us as our building
Right.
officials, so to use them.
Okay, not to belabor the point, it's just something I thought about afterwards.
For future projects.
Okay,
All right, the fuel management, I got another quote, hopefully for closeout, we can approve that and get moving with that, just got it tonight, so I didn't get a chance to review it and stuff, so we can get that, talked about chief's office, hope to get that done by the new year. The store part was talked about. Leaf collection is finishing up the end of this week. I don't have a calculation yet, I will let you know when I have all how many cubic yards that were collected this year. And as I said, the new DPW truck, Mason dump is in. Just finished up the lettering tonight. Radio's installed, the plow was installed this week, so it's fully in service. But we've had it for 2 weeks, and I got it 2 weeks ago today, and we used it the Saturday after having plates on it for the first snow of the year. And also the DPW guys were trained. We have that lawnmower converted into the snow machine, and it's a 4 or 5 hour job to convert it, and then to convert it back to the lawnmower. So till we get versed in it, it'll probably take a day in the backhoe, you know, use as our crane. That's it, unless there's any questions about the building out there.
I just want to give you a comment for the park. Besides doing a good job, I appreciate at least that you accommodated your schedule for us and got that done, and thank you for that.
And if you did notice, though, on the town roads, the snow fence poles are out there, but there's no snow fence on them yet. I'm hoping for a freeze.
Well, but I appreciate you accommodating us at that time.
We're gonna take care of the weather. It's the
I
weather.
wanted to add to Joe's report, he got a $7,000 reimbursement for emergency management services, so, because it's a reimbursement, it goes to miscellaneous revenue, but thanks to Joe for doing all the paperwork.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, sir.
I'm hoping that maybe we can get a deputy coordinator and maybe give them a little stipend from that, to hopefully keep the deputy coordinator, because they will more or less volunteer
Okay,
for next year's budget.
we'll be meeting with you over that, so.
Joe, just one other note too, if you could thank the fire company for taking Santa Claus around town last Saturday. That was,
We look forward to it.
that was really neat.
Well, thank you, too. Santa left me a present.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Candy cane?
Can make a motion to approve the DPW report?
Second.
Roll call.
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Parsons?
Yes. You're done, Will?
Yeah, no.
Bill?
Tab 4, I make a motion to accept the tax collector monthly report for sewer as well as normal tax. There's nothing outstanding, collection rate is looking good.
You're making the motion?
I made the motion.
I'll second the motion. Any questions, comments, or discussion? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Parsons?
Yes.
I want to make a motion to reimburse the rescue squad for something that I mentioned that we should have done back in 2015, but we didn't have the funds. In 2016, I asked. In 2017, I was hoping it was going to be a line item in the budget, and there wasn't a line item in the budget, but I did kind of promise them we'll try to help them out, and I gave them a figure of $13,500. Kathleen, it's done some magic and found the $13,500, so I'm going to make a motion to authorize her to cut a check to the rescue squad for $13,500.
I'll second.
Yeah, can you explain it
Any
again?
questions?
Paul,
Well, basically, when we put the roof on for $40,000 plus odd dollars, a year ago, Bill, back, in 2017, in 2015, had offered up the rescue squad, $13,500, and at the time, everything seemed to be fine, but somewheres in the jumble, it got lost,
Okay,
and so this is just kind of trying to recover that.
okay.
You know, it's, you see them out there at the fire department, you see them out there at Home Depot with their boots, and it's bad enough that they have to go out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Just want to know what it was for, I didn't understand.
Oh, I know, you're...
I'm 100% behind them.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
I'm going to abstain.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Parsons?
Yes.
But you will carry the check.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I have 3 other items on here that I hope that with me being pretty much the last meeting, solar, old school, and affordable housing. Those are 3 topics that I would like to see hopefully accomplished next year, and if the mayor sees fit to create a solar subcommittee, I'd like to be on there and try to get that going. You know, we just had another $900 bill for that sewer pump station that can easily be solarized. The old school, we haven't heard anything back from Pachoni, so I like to see somebody make some contact on that. And then, of course, the affordable housing. I think at this point, Mike, does it go to land use or, you know?
Well,
what's the,
the agreement has been reached.
right, the judge approved
Fair
it.
share, and there's, I guess, final
We got
actions.
to, yeah, we got to come up with a plan, and then we got to go and get a contract.
Yeah, I was going to say, now we have to come up with a plan, right?
Right,
And in the beginning of the year, there's got to be a master plan, re-examination, and then ordinances.
Yeah.
And I think it's a 6-month window until we have to have that adopted. So I'm sure beginning next year, you're going to hear about it at the land use board level through Mr. Drill, and then it'll obviously come here for the committee's eventual action and approval, as you guys are the ones that give it the final blessing.
All right. Second reading, I'm going to make a motion to go out to second reading for ordinance 2017-12, which is, excuse me, an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, granting permission and consent to, what's the name of that, Michael? Pacini Plastics Packaging, Inc., to use the existing public right-of-way along Christie Court to install and maintain monitoring wells, which I think have already been done.
Looking for a motion to open public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to come up and make a comment or have any questions regarding this ordinance?
And I probably don't even need to say this, but just by the title of the ordinance, it almost seems like it's multiple wells. This is monitoring wells, it's one well.
Right.
So just throw it that way.
Okay.
Maintain a monitoring well.
Seeing no one from the public, anyone will make a motion to close public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to adopt 2017-12.
I'll second that. Any questions, comments, discussion? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Parsons?
Yes.
All right, maybe a second one here. Make a motion for second reading of ordinance number 2017-13, an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, repealing ordinance 2012-17, mandating connection to the public water supply system and sealing of existing wells.
Make the motion
Well, then I'll
to
second.
open, right? Just to open a public hearing?
Okay, we got a motion, and we got a second to open public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone from the public wishing to make a comment or have any questions regarding ordinance number 2017-13? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to close public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I make a motion to adopt 2017-12.
Second.
Questions, comments, discussion? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horstman?
Yes.
And with that, it's been a pleasure.
Okay, yeah, but thanks for your service, Bill, and certainly if we do any subcommittees, I appreciate your
All
offer,
right.
and we'll certainly,
Bill,
probably...
One thing with the solar, Joe and I are looking into it.
Okay.
Once we get the garage done and the park done and
Good.
everything.
But,
We can save money.
yeah, and as mayor, I'd like to thank you for your help for last year, and you took care of a lot of things during the day when you were around, and followed up on a lot, and I appreciated that, and I wish you well, but I'm sure we'll see you around.
Well, it's a great community.
And, I'd like to echo, the mayor's sentiments also, if you're interested in the open space committee, which I
Well,
know you
hopefully
are.
you will appoint me to that committee.
Yes,
I
yes.
see Greg Blaska
So-
out there that might...
Oh, you're trying to get him on historical? We're taking him on open space, sorry. Unless he wants both.
You'd have to ask my wife on that one.
Just get the names to Kim for the reward meeting,
Yeah.
so. Okay.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, thanks again, Bill. Okay, Paul?
All right, I'd like to adopt the municipal monthly court report.
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussions? I understand our revenues are going up quite a bit. Did I get a chance to look at this one,
I mean, yeah, they're kind of going up. I mean, they've been steady all year. I mean, a little bit up here on the tail end because we've got a couple of more officers going on board and stuff like that, but, you know, it's a steady, again, not one that you want to count on or anything, but it's been a nice steady.
You seen an
fall.
increase in receipts there? Yeah.
Yes, pleasantly, very much, yeah.
Good.
There was a comment, I forget who made it today, but I think the revenues from Greenwich were higher than Pohat's over there, so I don't know what's going to be
Yeah, I
a
heard
department
that.
now, or...
Yeah.
Pretty much has more guys than fire right now.
Greenwich has more? Okay.
So, okay.
Well, they
Roll-
just recently hired 2 more over there too,
Yeah.
so I think you'll see a correction over there shortly.
Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Horstman?
Yes. Paul, you have anything else?
Oh, no, I know.
Okay. Mike, 32 seconds.
Okay, well, the Thomas Stewart Park discussion we've already had, so that was the biggest item. Just a couple other things quickly. The OU2 Pohat Valley project, we just did the second reading, passing of the ordinance, but I've been in contact with them regarding the issuance of street opening permits, and clearly there's going to be a lot of street opening permits required when they start construction. And I've heard recently and consistently, April 1st, 2018, April 1st, 2018, that appears to be groundbreaking. So, we'll see. The project's been around for 7, 8 years now. We're, obviously, the work by our office associated with this project will be covered by escrow monies posted by Arcadis, which is the construction manager. And that's the update. I'm sure we'll talk about this in the upcoming months.
Mike, on that, with Payset are not having any road overlays or anything in almost all over 25 years, and with them opening up, and they're committed to restoring half of the road work up from the curb to
Some
the
things
center
is a
lane.
little more, but right, yep.
I don't know if it's going to be done this year or next year, but I think the committee's going to have to coordinate, you know, a road, you know, take advantage of them doing half, and then we're going to do the other half. So,
I'm sorry.
I don't know when, if it's 2018 or 2019, I don't know when.
It's very doubtful that would be 2018. As
Okay.
far as actually the paving.
Right, the final.
But I even spoke to Arcadis about this and explained the fact that, you know, hey, as we move this forward, You know, I said, we've spoken about it already in Greenwich in kind of just a global sense, that it would be a good opportunity to basically join some of the municipal funds with the money that they're going to be expending to repave the road, to repave the entire road. But obviously that's going to need some coordination. The governing body's going to need to know when that's going to be, so they can look at the budgeting in it, of course, in whatever budget year. But there's no way that those roads will get paved in 2017.
18.
18.
Right.
Well, you're 17. You're right. You're right.
I mean, it's great, I mean, the thought of paving that whole development over again, doing the whole road, and now we only have to do half the road.
Yeah.
It's going to save a tremendous amount of money.
Oh, tremendous.
And on a side note to that, Joe and I have already had future discussions about it. The downside to that, because I agree, I think we need to try to do it all at the same time, but it's going to exceed not only 1 year's budget, but go right into it, because we're only allocating about $250,000 for repaving.
Right.
And it will cost, even to do half of the roads, it'll substantially cost more than that well into the following, if not all of it. So what's going to happen to accomplish this, and I still think we need to look at it because half of it's being done, is there are certain roads that are slated to be done before then that are going to have to get Band-Aid and try to push them through, you know, to be able to accomplish that. But to get that all done in
Well, that might be a capital, I mean,
not maybe,
you know.
but you know, we are sharing conversations on it already.
Okay. Anything else, Mike?
Yeah, the accessory structure setback ordinance, and I know both of you gentlemen weren't at the land use board meeting last week. It was presented, there were some questions, and the land use board went to Beth McManus, our planner, and basically asked her to do a little more research and come back, I guess in January or February, beginning of next year, to present some, let's say, a fine-tuned version of the ordinance which she's drafted. So that's where that's at, in any event. So I would suspect that hopefully the very beginning of next year, it'll...
Well, a year for a setback is ridiculous. But anyway, who pays for Beth McManus? They're not going to send that bill to us, are they? It's going to come out of their budget, I assume.
Oh, sure, it's their budget, it's the land use board budget.
A year
In
for
this case.
5 feet. Unbelievable.
Lastly, and this was the last item in my ordinance, in my report, the municipal Tier A stormwater permit, which I dropped off hard copies in everybody's mailbox last week. I think I was here for a meeting. Joe, did you get a chance to look at that? Okay. This is very troubling, concerning, and nobody's going to like it even a little bit. We have a stormwater permit that was issued to Greenwich Township 10 years ago, about, and there's been annual requirements, and we are a Tier A town, which is actually, there's two towns, Tier A and Tier B. Surprisingly, as rural as we are, we're Tier A, which increases the responsibility. Gene Weber from our office has kind of been always heading this up and has met with the DPW superintendents and whatnot, fill out the annual reports, there's a scoring system, and so on and so forth. Well, the DEP, in their infinite wisdom, the state of New Jersey has upgraded and changed the permit requirements effective January 1, 2018. So, right around the corner, there's going to be new Tier A stormwater permit requirements for, well, every town in the state, but obviously it includes us, of course. So, we put together a little memo kind of outlining the changes, where there's some attachments, some things. I gave Joe a copy, I gave you gentlemen a copy, Kim a copy. This is not the state mandate, state pay. This is going to cost us additional monies. It's going to take additional time for the DPW. We're going to probably have to be more involved and so forth. So let's not spend I don't know, unless you have questions, and I don't really have a lot of answers to be honest with you, because this is we're in uncharted waters here. But if you have the memo, take a look at it over the holidays, and we can, if you want to email me with some questions, or we can wait to talk about it more next month, but this is here now, and it isn't good.
Mike, is that the one where you gotta clean the gutters,
Yep.
like so many
Oh, yeah.
gutters and everything?
Street sweeping.
That
That too, street sweeping. Yeah, it's a lot of more administrative work, which is gonna fall, really, a lot of it on Joe's lap.
Can't use grit or
Is there
anything?
anything good about this, Joe? No, thank you.
Well, like the street sweeping of all the county roads, the county be responsible to make sure.
Oh, no, this is just our roads. You're right, no, it's not, that's true, yes.
Yeah, like we can't put grit down in a certain tier or something like that.
So, okay, and that would conclude my report.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna assume the attorney has no report, Mike's not here, right? Yeah. Okay, any reason, we shouldn't go into executive session at this point?
No, let's do it.
Okay, anyone wanna make
Invite Brad, do you officially invite him in, and how's that work?
Oh,
Do you want to do one more, in case somebody wants to make a comment, I don't think anybody does. Why don't we just do it, so they don't have to wait around?
Why don't you just ask him?
is anyone
Anybody
waiting
wanna
to make
comment?
another public comment?
Nope.
No.
Well, I think Mr. Blaskett has raised...
Oh, you wanted to make another comment? Oh, we're gonna open
Okay,
it
we'll
up.
make a motion, I'll make a motion to open public comment.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'll second that. You made
All,
it?
yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
I forgot to bring it up.
We know who you are, right, Kim?
I just want to say, Bill, what?
I have it, you're good.
Okay, Bill, I want to say thank you for the time that you put on the township. And I'd also like to say thank you to the rest of you gentlemen. One thing I didn't hear is nothing. So, you're doing a good job.
You're staying out of the paper? It's a good thing.
Staying out of the paper, no, it's, I understand that you guys are working together. And the residents, at least the ones that I talk to, they really do appreciate what they've been hearing, which is nothing.
Thanks, Greg.
Anyone else wishing to make a comment? I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. So how do we handle Brad?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we invite, committee person-elect Brad Perone into executive session, since he's gonna be here in 2 weeks anyway.
I'll second.
Any questions, comments, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, looking for a motion to go into executive session.
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
we're gonna go in executive session, discuss litigation, possible, contract negotiations with the American Legion, and a personnel issue,
Put that in layman's terms?
and other issues that may arise. And action may or may not be taken.
We have to sweep this, we have to look at the catch basin.
Okay, we're back on.
Kathleen, you never signed it. Appreciation Day.
Okay, I make a motion, we come out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The committee was in executive session to speak on contract negotiations, litigation, and personnel matters. No actions were taken. The minutes will be made available to the public as soon as not, I'm going to go to the public interest.
Okay, thanks. No, anyone has any old business to bring up?
I just had one quick thing for old business. I think you were here last time when I asked to have a letter sent to Norfolk Southern about the Rickline Road crossing.
Oh, yeah, you did.
To have the trees cut and done.
Excuse me for interrupting, but Mike sent me the draft of that letter for me to edit, and I gave him some comments back, and I didn't see it officially go out, but it was the draft letters a week and a half ago, maybe?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
it very well may have come.
Yeah, that's all I had. Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody have a new business?
Just one brief thing, and it's just something for thought process for when we get into our budget meetings. It's something that Joe and I have talked about, and I think we need to look at. And I don't want to make it sound like it's an official thing, but I think we need to start to separate DPW and Parks and Recreation. Even though it's all going to fall under the same budget, I think we need to know and develop a Parks and Recreation budget next year as we're moving forward.
idea.
And exactly, and let's just call it that, even though it's all going to fall under the same heading. But put some thought into that by, January when we start to talk about that stuff.
Good idea. Okay, anybody else? Anybody have a motion to
I make
adjourn?
that motion.
Anybody want a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's your last official action. There you go, yes. No, wait, next week.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. What time is-
7 o'clock Thursday, right?
7.
When is this
What
meeting?
meeting?
The last
Closeout meeting. Oh, that's right. We have to
What's the
close
date?
out.
And really.
A week from today, but, Will,
What's
at
that?
7 o'clock? What date is that? Today's the 21st, right? So it's not the 28th, so I'm not available. You're not, Tim, when's it close? It's no big deal. Frank can run it. Tuesday?
I think it's the 27th.
Oh, Wednesday, 27th. 27th is Wednesday.
27th is Wednesday.
I'm gonna shut this down.
Come up?